It's a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for joining me on this, let's see, Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. And my name is Darkpool Algo. I'm going to get signed into my YouTube chat real quick and then we'll get started. So it has been an interesting night. There's been lots of action in the futures, which should lead for an interesting day in the market today. So we're going to check out futures. Let me just do an audio check and a little bit of housekeeping items. Uh, if you have any requests, make sure you get them into me early. I'll repeat that again as soon as we get a couple people showing up. And let's just get some stuff set up here. So I have not done my news yet. Y'all get to see a little bit more of my process every morning. I go out, I grab some news, I read through the news, I read through it from the bottom to the top, I share it in the group, and we usually look for anything in there like BIIB. That's dude, BIIB is gonna be fun today, and so is Billy. So today feels like a biotech day. So with that being said, just get this set up while we wait for a couple people to show up. A little bit about me. I am a smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm analyst. I look at block trades, dark pools all day trying to find divergence. When I find divergence, I usually like to find that bullish divergence, right? Where the algorithm is moving one way and price action's heading the other. That way we can get into a position at a good value. Excuse me, I got a little tickle today. Looks like Aurora Cannabis, right? What are they going to do today? They're going to do some stuff. Pfizer, boom. Pfizer phase 1 randomized study of Myrna-based next generation flu vaccine program will take place in the United States. That's big news. That is big news. When I find big news, I like to share it. Yes, I will check out mRNA. Let's see. When I find good news like that, I like to share it with the groups. So we're going to go ahead and get that moved over and dropped in. There we go. Okay. Next is, what's up next on our news list, shall we? Acceleron. All right. Financials. Nothing really big on financials. A little bit of earnings. Nothing super impressive for the move that happened yesterday. I really do like still. I like the rotation to the Dow. So small caps, we're going to keep an eye on those. Small to medium caps. I feel like there's going to be a rotation out of technicals, or excuse me, out of basically out of technology into small caps. It's needed. It needs to happen. So we need to find some relative outperformers in that area. Hopefully, if you have any requests, make sure you get them to me now. I'll check out CB. Morning, Johnny. Morning, Andrew. Morning, Chemo. What is happening? So the boy Laz is over in Dubai right now. He's he was probably one of the first people that followed me on my stream. So I'll give a big shout out to him. We have a lot of long-standing jokes. He's the one that helped me come up with the white line joke for the algorithm. Pretty hilarious. But yeah, he's in Dubai. Like, that's a dream of mine. I will check out Dubai one day. So hopefully he enjoys himself over there. Yeah, so we'll read the news. We'll do some futures. All I ask in return, hit that like button, subscribe. Go ahead and turn on notifications so that you can be notified anytime I put out a new video. Still waiting to be sponsored by Bang. They haven't shown up on my door yet. So I'll still continue to send them money until they do. Candy apple crisp, one of my favorites. All right, so this is, I wanted to look at, so stock futures sharply lower, extending losses into tech, right? As I mentioned, as the treasury yield keeps climbing, it hit 1.55% overnight. So that's bad for the NQ, and uh, it's not necessarily too bad for the ES, but definitely we want to check out IWM. We want to check out the Russell and the Dow. Okay. So what else? We're waiting for 1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. How much money are we going to keep spending? Like, we don't care. 3.5 trillion on unemployment insurance, another trillion on this, another trillion on that. These are trillions of dollars. Like, who are we paying this to? Because it's not China. I hope they don't ever call in their debt. We'd be all running around working for Baba. All right. Anyway, the 10-year Treasury yield is up more than 4 basis points. Right, that's a huge move to 1.53 after topping 1.55 earlier, while the 5 year is setting a new record. So bonds are up, and when bonds are up, the market's down. So TLT plays today, possibly. I'll write that down. Keep an eye out for TLT. Is a snitch. By the way, TLT will let you know what's going on with the market before anything else does, right? I'm interested in the Shanghai or the Asian index, and let's see, the move higher is coming as concerns about inflation rise, especially commodities. Oil is up, and WTI futures above 76 per barrel. So it was up $1. It was at 75 per barrel yesterday, and you could have thrown a stick at any oil stock and just made money on it, right? With WTI futures above 76 and Brent above 80. So that's kind of a big deal. I have to look at slash CL. In Asian markets, the Nikkei index fell 56 points. Shanghai gained 19. Hang Seng climbed to 291. In Europe, the DAX is down 180, right? Which puts it below 15,400, while FTSE slides another 30 points. All right. So this is the interesting part right here. The Dow advanced on Monday with S&P and Nasdaq falling amid treasury yields up for the fifth straight day, raising concerns for growth stocks, while oil prices reach its highest level since 2018. Right. Well, if oil is expensive, then so typical inflation. Like I'm old AF. I've lived through inflation before. So you can judge just a quick rule of thumb for judging inflation: the price of gas, the price of milk, right? Those are two things that people absolutely have, and those are that's a really quick, easy way to gauge if we're in inflationary or not. So, how are they going to combat this? There is a there's an initiative for a global or a U.S. digital currency, and when that digital currency is approved, what they will do is they will deposit a certain amount of money into every American's bank account. Now, this is a trick, okay? Because if you don't spend it and you save it and that's what happens to cause inflation is people saving money instead of spending money. What will happen is it will lose its value the next month. So, for example, you get $1,000 this month. If you don't spend your allotment, then the next month or going into the next month, it's only worth 800, right? And then 600 and 400 and 200 until eventually the amount of spending that's increased because everybody's got this free money, right, has combated the cost of, um, the supply, right? There's less supply because people are buying, which means that the demand is going to be a little bit evened out. Okay. That is just, yeah, my personal opinion. Okay. Take it for what it is. I am not a financial advisor by any means. So you can, right. Uh, It's just my all of this is my personal opinion. Okay. All right. Morning updates. We'll get that sent and we will get into some stocks. If you have requests, get them into me now and I'll start looking at them. Okay. LAC, mRNA, CB, Dell. I've got a few here that I'm really interested in. They are so two of them were from my watch list this weekend. BIIB, PDD, Qualcomm, and QDEL. Those are the ones we're definitely going to check out first, and then we'll jump into those requests real quick. So there was BIB. Too many I's in there. Too many I's in the BIB. Or the BIIB. Oh, I checked out Billy. Sorry. BIB Pinduoduo. Qualcomm and QDEL. Okay, so these stocks all have strong bullish divergence. I want to check out the options contracts on those. So, of course, that was the wrong password. Really? Hmm. That was frustrating. All right. Good morning, Terry, Johnny, Chemo, and Andrew. Okay. BIIB. Looking at it on the old 15-minute piece here, right? So price action's been pretty much steady selling off. Looks like we found a base, right? A little double, triple bottom here. The algo is diverged from price action and is making higher highs as price action's making lower lows. We don't really have any block trades to come in and help us out. So this is going to be a purely price action play. And we're going to go from here. So it looks like the algo's pretty much steady climbing, right? Looks like we've got a couple levels here. A little rising wedge. The cup and handle. I don't know if you can see this here. Cup and handle to consolidation breakout. That's pretty, it's a mouthful, but that's a pretty strong move to the upside. We have price action, falling wedge, right? This just actually comes back from over here. So we're looking for the wedge breakout for continuation to the upside. As far as see what that looks like on the old charts. Yeah, pretty decent move right here. We're at the bottom of the 4-hour Cutler channel. Little cup and handle. We'd like to come and start taking out some of these previous highs. So 290 would be the first target, right? That puts us over here in this little micro demand zone. Don't have them pre-built on TradingView. Did I tell y'all what happened with the TradingView saga and how they auto charged me like $700? And I was like, well, the language in your cancel auto renew reads like if you cancel your auto renew, you lose access to the data you've already paid for. And there, I was like, so you're kind of stuck. Either you continue to use what you have, and try to make sure you time it right, or yeah. Anyway, they're being pretty decent about it. They're offering me a 2-for-1 special. All right, 2 years for the price of one. So I'm thinking about taking it. All right, Pinduoduo. I really like this stock. And when it moves, it gobbles up options contracts. It moves real well. So this is pretty technical here. Little, pretty standard technical divergence. The algo is moving. Looks like it's got a couple little channel here that it's trying to stay within. It's very tight. Below that, it's got another channel below it, right? I usually don't draw 3 trend lines, but this one's interesting. So tight channel. We want this to curl back up and around. What that'll do is that'll take our price action and help it move to the upside. You know what I'm saying? This is a weird little, oh my gosh, look how long. Like, I think I can draw the line from here. I mean, there it is, folks. You break that overhead resistance, you launch. Okay. Above us and below us, we have regular and dark pool support. We have dark pool resistance at 99.89. We have regular block trade support at 92.86. So what we would have, I'd really hate to see us get range bound from 92 to 99. That's a nice $7 range. However, we want that big move. We want this breakout, right? We want this. We've been rejected. Well, we have rejected off of it though. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We've rejected that overhead resistance 5 times. Hopefully we get maybe a little bit of squeeze action to help push us through it. Once we're through it though, look for immediate rejection at 99.89 or 100, right? Psychological level. That was Pinduoduo. It's super reactionary to news too. Okay. Qualcomm. Again, we say consolidation com, right? This is a consolidating algo. Looks like it's been slowly melting its way up, right? This is like, we like volatility. This is melt. So I'm not sure if we can get enough volatility without like a TTM squeeze releasing or something to really help us get paid on this one. So the algo is right uptrending in a channel, right? We have regular and dark pool level support. Look at that. We got a white line. Where's the boy lesson? No, he's not. Bummers. All right. So when I see this type of setup for block trade and regular or dark pool and regular block trades, where they come in within a day of each other and they're within a couple cents, right? That's basically like imagine prison bars, right? I'm really trying to make this stream as educational and as easy to grasp as possible because it's a pretty in-depth technical subject. Dark pools are. That's why there's not a lot of people talking about them. That's why I'm one of the few people that are like, oh, I love the dark pools. Okay, so if you can imagine prison bars, right, where you've got two dark pool levels within days of each other, right? At 134.76 and then 132.76, right? Right, very so kind of like let me see if I can explain this a little bit better. So if you're running around out in nature and you see 90-degree corners, those are you know 9 times out of 10 that's a man-made object because nature doesn't necessarily have 90-degree corners, right? It's just like it just doesn't happen. And the same thing with like dark pools and block trades or regular block trades. Like when things start coming in at precise levels, you always want to pay attention to that because that's probably a long-standing order. All right, let's imagine you had billions of dollars and you're like, oh, I want to buy Qualcomm when it hits 134.50, right? So that I can sell it at 138.50 and make $4 billion. So those specific levels are always on watch for me. Okay, especially when you get within days of each other at um, whole dollar amount, right? Hopefully this is making sense. So with that being said, we've been consolidating between 132.76 and 134.76 for several since the 17th, basically. We have white line, which is going to be our dark pool and regular block trade that came in at the same level. Now it looks like 133.75, right? So see how price action interacts with these levels. It comes down, bounces up, down and through, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, breakthrough, couldn't get through, and we've just been kind of fading as the algo has been consolidating. So as far as price action is concerned, what do we got here? Looks like we've got a kind of a long-standing, right? That's a nice little wolfy wave right there. So I don't need to explain what this is, right? Rising wedge. So for me to really be interested in Qualcomm, break of 134.76, and I think we move back up to the upside if we can back test that for support. To the downside, 132.35, or excuse me, 132.76. We break down below that, I think we can start taking out some previous lows. Okay. I really went on a tangent there with Qualcomm, so I'm going to speed through the rest of these. Okay. QDEL, right? This is ugly, right? We rally, rally, rally. 1, 2, double top, and just roll over. Boom. Down to, right? This is a bear flag. I don't know if I've ever had to show you all what a bear flag is, but let me just show you what's happening with the algo first, and I'll draw it out. Okay. So it looks like the algo is doing its job, right? The algo is steady buying, right? It's like, yeah, I hope everybody's starting to see the pattern that I'm showing you here. The algo is starting to be range bound. It is buying. Price action is just sloughing off. We don't have any regular or dark pool level support, but we do have a bear flag. So a typical bull flag is when you have a pole, right? And you've got a pennant or a flag based off of that. So what does this look like? Looks like a B, bear, B, bear flag. Hopefully we're learning something today. B, bear flag. um, so wedge breakout or wedge breakout. We can go either way. I have a propensity to go to the downside when I see these, but with the algo being diverged, we may get a little pop. I'll have to look at where things are in relation to the 21-day EMA, which is the mean. So here we go. All right, so we're right at the 21-day. We're below the 4-hour Keltner channel pretty significantly, and we have a gap. So we failed all day yesterday. What's saving us is we have this slingshot squeeze that may release, right? If that happens, then I think we could get a rally maybe up to the 4-hour Keltner channels and then reject off for continuation down to the downside. If we rally and get through them, we would need to get through back test and then move on up for support. All right, this looks like it's gonna allow me to draw this triangle. And it looks like it's, I mean, I know that's not the way to do it, but it's either there or it's this one, and we had a breakout already. Right. So we are trading it. The 21 EMA MACD is about to roll over and move to the upside. Slingshot or the TTM squeeze consolidating may fire off positive as far as our price action goes. We were rally back down to the mean, right? We rallied down to the 21 EMA yesterday, actually through it, down to highest volume VWAP to support. And then we're looking to make a move back up. We've got the 200 SMA at 148.65. So right in here somewhere, right? Daily 200 SMA, right? Above that at 151, we've got, another falling SMA. So yes, there's a move, right? There's a $6 move here. However, I anticipate maybe a rally to 144, continuation to the downside. VWAP at 135. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting play. So if you want to play QDEL, just stay on your toes. All right, before I get into y'all's requests, what's up, man? Laz made it from Dubai. All right, let's check out some futures real quick, and then I will take some requests for a few minutes, and we'll see what we got going on. Lots of daily bottoms being tested at broken pre-market. So let's see what we got going on here. Also, let's see if there's any move. All right. I was waiting to hear back from you. I will do it. Okay. In futures overnight. This is look at this. This is the ES, right? This is usually super directional. We know what we're doing. Don't tell us what to do. We do what we want. We always make all-time highs. So fade to consolidation, fade rally, fade. You see these head and shoulders on ES to YM. The Russell is the only one that looks like it's holding up. With the yen down, with bonds down, crude rallying, gold taking a dump. Ugh, look at this. Just bonds or excuse me, crude's really the only thing that's up. NQ is scaring me. We broke below 15,000 and we rallied back to it and rejected it. We may have a longer move to the downside. Uh-oh. So listen, oh, that sucks so bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. Hopefully you didn't have it up too loud. All right, so let's see. I've got this new monitor over here that's not doing its job. It's making me angry. All right. So I just wanted to let y'all know I mentioned this the other day where my son is 10 years old and he's super interested in stocks. And I lost a bet to him. So I had to buy him shares of Donut, right? Which is Krispy Kreme. So I was like, wow, I don't want to manage all of this out of my account. So what can I do? Came across Interactive Brokers. I've got a custody account for him now, which means, or I don't know what, not custody, custodial, right? So he's got his own trading account now that I can put his allowance into and buy shares of, long-term stocks. So I think it's super important that we start educating people about finance because I never had that as a child. And I fully believe the more you educate your kids about what you're doing now, remember, you're going to teach them a skill that they can use later in life when they want a bicycle, right? When you want a bicycle, you know, do your research, find some stocks to trade. With that being said, as far as futures are concerned, I believe I don't want to go into a tangent. I don't have a lot of time. We'll talk about it later. So with the yen down, um, bonds are selling off. Crude is rising. So crude, gush, um, la rig. Let's see, gush, rig, oxy, XOM. I think that those are some pretty decent ones. I'll have to look here in a minute as well. All right, so I don't like we rejected this level here. We broke this overhead trendline resistance. We're just chilling. I think the best that we can hope for today is chop. And I saw somewhere that Powell's speaking. Is that true? That Powell. I thought I'd saw that he was gonna. Yeah, it looks like at 10 we've got Powell speaking. Powell to warn Congress inflation pressure can last longer than expected. Okay, so Kapow will rock the market. Keep that in mind. 10 o'clock he's on. So we'll get about what 30 minutes of good trading where he comes in, starts stepping on people's toes. Right? All right. Time for your requests. mRNA, CB, LAC, and Dell. Okay. I'm gonna burn through these. Y'all, dude, my stream chat comes up with the best picks. Myrna, price action trading with the algorithm, right? We have dark pool resistance. It's also going to be a magnet, 429.90. This level here. Above that, 437.43. If you want to look at playing the sympathy play with mRNA, since it's just the algo is just trading with price action right now, we did get a little bit of a curling up yesterday on the algorithm. So hopefully this is a rounding bottom and can continue to make a move to the upside after we double tap, right? Also look at BNTX. It has a tendency to move with mRNA, right? This one hasn't really popped yet.